Fear and greed run through the wire. Candles climb and then expire. Our edges cut from the profile, sharp and clean by every buyer. He conquers the markets, he turns water into wine. His timing flows where chaos turns divine. Cut sharp enough to time the sign. Yeah, this man's no common trader. He commands the market's numbers. We call him Chef Bailey. The market bends beneath his flame. Fear and greed run through the wire. Candles climb and then expire. Our edges cut from the profile, sharp and clean by every buyer. Markets move, they twist and swing. Every tick can burn or bring. Ryan keeps calm, he trusts his thing. The charts tell him everything. But when T1 makes ding, 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 the futures spread their hidden wing. And he is ready for anything. Vic's still looking like a restless king.
Traders, stop stressing over the S&P 500. Get structured daily outlooks, levels and actionable setups for ES futures, delivered before the market opens. Plus weekly insights on crypto, stocks, and commodities. Subscribe today on Substack. Conquer the markets.
And welcome, we are back. How we doing? It is a beautiful Thursday, everybody. My goodness, patience pays. The market delivered today in so many ways. It was incredible. I can't wait to go over the trade plan with you guys. Listen, this kind of made up for, being super slow. For summertime, we had the right in the back of NVIDIA earnings today. And, it really kind of made us a little lucky leprechauns today, Today was all right. I'm telling you, when we go over the trade plan, I think you guys are going to be super impressed. It actually took me over an hour to make slides because I was just going through so much stuff. I'm like, damn, today was really something special. So, Candace, good to see you. Tim, always a pleasure. Hope you like my new hat. Feeling a little lucky today. Things are pretty sweet. Oh, by the way, guys, don't forget, we got an awesome webinar tonight. If you have not been to the How to Trade a Trade Plan webinar, certainly come. If you are a trade plan holder or you're thinking about doing the trade plan, register for this webinar. It is in the description here, the whole 9 yards. If not, check Twitter or Substack, whatever. This is a great place for you to actually learn how to read the trade plan, how to turn in, understand the actionable setups, and how to turn it into money. So, we trade this thing every day in the inner circle, got a whole room full of people. We do our thing. That's obviously the next step, but I highly encourage you to take a look at the webinar tonight. It's good stuff, and I think it'll explain a lot for people. There's a lot of information in this trade plan, but in all actuality, it can all be summarized up into 2 types of trades that we take, and really into about a 5-minute summarization, and then it kind of puts you right in for the game. So that's the deal. Make sure you're there tonight. Also, you can register to win probably 3 or 4 prop firms at this point. I'm going to give some away. With that being said, just register. You don't have to be there. I will send the recordings out to everybody. So hope to see you there. Just registering, get you involved to win. But look forward to that being a good one tonight. We always help so many people. It helps a lot of people. I always get a lot of positive feedback on that. So looking forward to that for sure. So let's go ahead and get into everything today. I'm really excited. Today was awesome. So first and foremost, as usual, guys, make sure you smash that like and subscribe button across all these socials: X, YouTube, Substack, TradingView, Ryan Bailey Edge. Now it's also on Instagram as well. So I'm just putting myself out there in front of everyone. I'm telling everybody what we're doing because it is freaking incredible. We are actually just literally dominating this market, and everybody in the room is doing so well right now. I am so proud of everybody. They've learned to be patient. We've got some amazing 5-star reviews from people. I had one today from a guy named Russell who was in the room, and he had nothing but amazing things to say about how this has really taught him how to be patient and how to just wait for the trades. And it's just good. Just go on what is it, Trustpilot, check it out. Russell's amazing. So thank you so much, Russell. So obviously smash that whole ordeal. And then here is the How to Trade a Trade Plan webinar. Don't miss that tonight, okay? So that's the big deal. All right, so let's go ahead and get into it. This is the good stuff. All right, so let me go ahead and get over here. All right. NVIDIA's lift and the 77.14 midpoint pivot. So we're going to break down the 77.14 midpoint pivot and the 37.75 major inflection point, and then of course VIX at the 15.13 weekly flip. And I got to tell you, that weekly flip on VIX was so clean. Oh my God, it was so clean. It was like I'll show you. It was so good. I can't wait to show you guys that one. So the make it or break it spot. NVIDIA is clearly leading the market at this point, as it accounts for well over 7% of the S&P. We should not look at this move lightly. This has been the opportunity to carry us even higher. NVIDIA is currently hitting its highest since the beginning of the year. However, I do believe we can go higher based on this chart. And if you guys were here with me yesterday, I actually charted this out from scratch for everybody in about 3 minutes. We did it. I'm like, if it holds this spot, which was the 206 and really the 200, I'm like, this thing's going probably to new highs. And so, yeah, we got pretty close today. So here's the issue. We know that we're pointed down on the daily, right? But now we are starting to point up on the 4-hour time frame, meaning we could potentially go both ways. Money can be made in both directions. And that tells us we need to be somewhat cautious about our trades this morning, knowing the higher time frame has us pointed down, while the lower time frame is starting to shift to the upside. And this was actually pretty interesting. We talked about this in the Discord room this morning. I basically said, listen, we still haven't gained on the dailies. Like, we're really still pointed down on the higher, but the 4-hour and 1 hour pointed up. And so I do truly believe we're going to get some lift. And I have been calling for this 37 spot pretty much all week, and basically insinuating that 52 was kind of the lid to keep the lid on things. And so I anticipated a push up here. Didn't realize it was going to be NVIDIA earnings that would make it happen, but this was kind of the spot we were sniffing in the first place. And so, we're still up on the 4-hour right now, but I thought we were going to gain on the daily. We'll get into that. Actually, let's keep going. We'll get into that. All right, so here we go. We are starting to gain on the lower time frames. The 1-hour and 4-hour have set us up for a potential buy. However, please keep in mind that we are still pointed down on the daily time frame, meaning money can be made in both directions, and we need to be somewhat cautious with our trades this morning. We essentially popped in the overnight session and played the exact area we've been looking at all week, which is the 77.4250 through the 77.37 spot. This area is so massive and ultimately could continue to send us lower. But given the fact that they smacked it and were unable to hold, and they were able to hold the 77.14, I would assume that we have found traction and we can potentially move higher. Because we have gained on the 4-hour time frame, we have set up a nice few buys with the number one. There you go, 77.01 through 76.98. Let's keep an eye on that. I'm going to show you exactly how this chart looked here shortly. These are the two real buys I have on my radar today, and we have the actionable setups to define both of these. All right, so this is it. I'm basically putting it right out there. I've only got a couple buy spots. I think we're going higher into 37 or even 52. Just putting it all out there, right? So here we go. I have said many times before that 77.37 is our true area of resistance and could send us lower if we continue to see the support. But if we come into these supports around 7,700 and make sure that you get the actionable setup to guide you and confirm that the buyers have stepped in, as the overnight resistance hitting our head up there was massive. We also have extreme VIX suppression as we sit below 15.13. This is big. This is good stuff. And ultimately then 14.95 monthly. As long as we continue lower there, we will continue to maintain our bullish position in indices. SPX has given us a clear signal with 2 ultimate buys. So we have a clear defined plan, and as everything that is supposed to happen has happened so far. We are riding the backs of NVIDIA earnings, which is truly what's propping this market up. We need to take advantage of the volatility as it comes. Be calm and be patient. Look for your buys in important levels, but know that we are pointed down on the daily, and rotations in both directions will more than likely be plausible today. 1-hour and 4-hour tells us buys are available in our significant areas. Make sure you use your actionable setups for your buy triggers in order to make this possible and clear. Man, this is like laid out to the detail. After I read this today, I was like, man, this is good stuff. And this is what I want to show you. So here we go. This was the 1 hour at the time of the writing. Now, check this out. We hit this 42.37 area in the overnight session. come on down, right? That was our big spot. But the red line here was 14. This is what we held. Okay, so as you can see right here, I've got arrows pointing up, basically saying our big buys from 01, 04, 01, right, can point us up and into the 97 that we talked about. And then obviously the lower spot, which is the second good buy spot, right? But this is the big major one we needed to kind of go. Now, as you can see up here, we even pointed down. We got some resistance here around 37 to 42. We know that's a big spot. It has been, right? And then once again, if they push above this, where are they coming? Right? They're going to come in here to the, what daily was this? This is the 52 daily, which we've said for a long time, as long as we're below it, we're bearish. And then, of course, we have the gamma flip level at 55, which just happened to be a big put wall too. So that was really interesting when I saw this morning. I'm like, damn, this is pretty wild, right? This moved down. Basically, our gamma flip level is where the dealers are hedging, and they have to protect that position. If not, they have a really bad day. And when they have to unwind, it'll propel the market higher. It just so happens that was also the high of the day. So kind of cool. So let's go ahead and get that. Let's go into the next one. So this is NVIDIA. Just wanted to kind of show you the after the fact move here. So as you guys know, in the planned pre-market, we were about right here, I think about 220. And last night when we charted this out, we basically said, listen, hold 206 or 200. We're going to go ahead and make all-time highs. Of course, they went ahead and slingshot down right in the middle. And then boom, today we went ahead and pushed up. And we were using this in the room quite a bit today, or at least I was. I had it up on the stream all day, as it was really almost tick for tick in terms of the way the price action looked today in ES. When I looked at it on the smaller time frame, it was pretty wild. So anyways, good stuff. Pushed above the 225, which is what we hit our head on last night. So, they made new highs, and progression continues to the upside for NVIDIA. So, all right, so let's get into the next one here. And this was beautiful. I got to tell you, this was the green light for the long today. Whoever says you can't chart VIX, they ain't doing it right. Because look, here it is. Look at this. 15-13. Look at that beautiful touch the other day. We watched this in the room. We thought it was a data error. They spiked up. Then lo and behold, what happens? We come up from underneath it. Look at that touch. Redonkulous. Redonkulous. And we just talked about it too. We talked about it in the beginning. And I'm not going to read this whole thing, even though I could. There's so much good stuff in here. I just kept highlighting stuff. I'm like, God, this is all fucking great. But I'm just going to skip all this. Let's just come down here. We got the 15-13 weekly flip, right? That's it. Right, so keep a close eye on VIX. We have our 14.95 monthly and the 15-13 midpoint pivots. These are very important for us to monitor. The direction VIX takes this morning will help gauge us exactly how price action in the indices will play out. Done. Just stick a fork in it. Stick a fork in it. Good stuff. This was a banger. I even made a comment about this in the room today. I was like, this just couldn't have been any better. And this is what I was talking about. Doesn't this look like a bear flag? I swear to God, when I saw it this morning, I'm like, man, if they get above this, they're going to, they'll get back in this range. But if they stay below this thing just looks like a big bear flag. And boop, right, pooped on itself. That's what's up. All right, so next one, here we go. Now, this is kind of crazy too. I mean, the levels played so good today. Everything. Now, here's SPX. Check this out. So, SPX bumped its head on 76.91 yesterday. That was here. That was a support. Today, that ended up being the support. It was also the big level that I shorted yesterday at the end of the day. But check this out. This is great. I love this. I'm going to go ahead and skip this. We should technically be bumping our head on 77.09 daily or higher in the 77.16 4-hour daily area location. This is going to be massive resistance for us today, and this is the untested leg to the current all-time highs. This area up here will be a massive spot for us to determine if we can push higher. If we get a reaction from the 77.09.16 area, look for it easily to pull us back into 76.91. Look at this. Look at this. I didn't have this chart like this. All I could see was this. Look at that touch. Oh, little lucky leprechaun. He's just a lucky guy. I don't know how he does it. He's lucky. Oh, man. Fucking incredible. And then, of course, the 76.91, which was our resistance. You guys know what I'm saying. Listen, what is once formerly resistance becomes support once gained. Check it out. Woo! All right. So let's go ahead and get into the next one. I love this because even right here we say, if price tests the 77.16 and decides to hold this area and push higher, look out. We could squeeze all the way to our untested area at 71 and 67, which, for right now, it looks like it might still happen. We'll see what happens. Now, here is the smaller time frame for SPX. I wanted you guys to be able to see this. So this is the 10-minute. As you can see, they dumped it, played 91, popped up, played 16, pulled back, and then we kind of rode back up. And then the 77.09 became support not once, but twice. So this 76.91, almost perfect there. And then this is the 5-minute time frame, so you can see, but it wasn't smooth. Look at this transaction over here. This wasn't smooth. We came all the way down, played support, went all the way up, played the higher area, came all the way down. I mean, this was not easy to get on today. I was long. I had targets all the way to the high of the day, which I'll show you. Of course, I got knocked out because the price action was crazy. We made other stuff happen, and we were able to catch some other moves of it. But still, just, this is tough. This is tough stuff. I mean, we had an hour of, barcoding before they decided to take off. So, it wasn't easy, but I'll be damned if the levels didn't play freaking perfect. Even look at this touch at the end of the day, came right down and tested 77.09 perfect, which I actually have something special for the Discord people who are in the inner circle. I'm going to show you guys some. I don't know if you saw it or not. I'm going to show you, but this has a lot to do with it right here. Let's go ahead and get into the next slide. So here's the banger. Here's what my man Bryce, he made this one happen today. I also was in this bad boy, and I only got my second target. So anyways, all good, whatever. We all made money. So here's the deal. You ready? This was awesome, because look at this. This is our first buy that we talked about. I said, I only got 2 buy spots, 77.04 through 77.96, blah, blah, right? And this was the one of them, right? And, of course, we have the big gamma flip level at 55. Look where this went. It went straight there. Just missile status. Awesome stuff. Here you go. First support, 77.04 through 07, that overnight low. This is our first level of support at 04.75. I like this level. It played pretty well yesterday for the move up. Pretty nice. It was a healthy reaction. And do you guys know where I'm talking about? Let's see. Right here. Look at that. Look at that beautiful test from the bottom up right there. You see that? Whoop. That's why I like that. That's why I liked it. Right? And you only would know that if you traded this every day. You know what I mean? But it's because I laser focused on this thing, and I know anyways. All right, let's get back to it. So again, we want to see the 1 hour 04 play, get back above yesterday's high at 05, and ultimately the overnight low for the continuation at 07, and take profits at 14, squeeze into 29 and 37. So here you go. 04, check. Overnight low, check. 14, check. 29, check. 37, check. And all the way up to 55, check. And then, of course, as you can see up here that we talked about before, this gamma flip level, God bless Rob. I tell you, that guy's a freaking monster mathematician, because this option skew that he came up with, because this is our proprietary formula, this is his thing. I don't know how to do it. He just gives me a spreadsheet, and it gives us the levels, and they're so fucking good. It's so good. I don't know how he does it. It's different than everybody else. I get people on Twitter all the time telling me, oh, that's wrong. Our skew doesn't look like that. Well, guess what? Our shit actually works. That's the difference, right? So I don't care what it looks like. All I know is the shit plays amazing, right? And so this was perfect example here for the long of the day. Absolutely incredible. Low of the day to the high of the day. Oh, love it. Fucking love this shit. All right, so here you go. Here's me. There you go. So I actually got in late, as you can see, above 14. The reason for that was I was actually short coming out in the day. I had a really decent day. I got short and pulled 14 points from here down on 20. And then they turned around, stopped me out. I flipped long. Everyone else in the room, Bryce and such, they all got long over the overnight low. Because why? Because that was what was in the trade plan. I was just greedy. I was playing both ways. Anyways, we got targets here. Look, targets all the way up at the daily. And of course, where is this target at way up here? Oh man, tell me I wasn't trying to get up there by that big spot. You already know, because I just, I had that feeling. She's going. We're starting to gain. We've been accumulating for a week and a half. They can't poke new lows. We only got one direction to go. Let's go up, right? And let's go to our major wall, right? And so that was the whole premise behind the day. And of course, being down on the daily time frame also gave me a lot of hesitation, and it really gave a lot of rotations today, which I'm going to show you, because I took quite a few shorts today, and also the market took quite a few shorts for some very healthy rotations. So first and foremost, let's just get this out of our system, because this right here was a 50-point banger, you guys. 50 points. If you were able to hold this, this was 50 points. That is more move than we've had in weeks. That's all I'm saying. Amazing. And here's the thing. I didn't catch the whole thing, but it did give us multiple opportunities to keep getting in. And that was where the key component is. I mean, if you have a strong idea that we're going to be trending, we came right out of the hole today in the room saying, hey, look, I think we're going to go, right? And so when you have a feeling that you're going to trend, you can, buy the pullbacks and such. So let's go ahead and get into the next one. Speaking of rotations, Check this out, the major infliction area, the 77.42. If you guys remember, that was the spot way up there by the daily at 37. We kept saying 37.42. That's our spot. That's the area, right? That's the major infliction point. Please keep this please keep this in mind. That this was our major infliction point and one of the large hurdles for us to get over if we're going to move higher today. Watch for this play, and at the cash open, I've made it very clear time and time again that we are very much bearish underneath 37. Well, here is 42, played it fucking perfect, and then comes on down and gets below 37 and plays for a great 20 points. All the way, I mean, just to the tip. Mwah! Mwah! right? But here's the best part. There's me! I got it! I'm in it! Let's go! All right, so how did I play this, right? What am I doing here? Well, as we know, we had the overnight high up here. In my brain, I'm like, listen, we swept the overnight low. We swept the overnight high. That is something, we just talked about this yesterday, about how the probabilities of that happening were very slim. Now we've swept both, right? And so I'm like, okay, these things are 30 or 40 points apart. I'm like, this is a massive move. We're a little overextended, right? So I start getting a little short. This is for me in the room. And really what sold it to me is we moved below the 37 daily, right? That was the kicker for me. And then of course you can see it paid a nice 15 points for me. I mean, hell, the whole move was only 20 points because you guys know I love my 20 points, right? But I was 5 points late getting in right here, as you can see. So literally 5 points late. 42 was the high. I was in from 38. At 42 and a half, so 4.5 points. So I took 15 points, and I was very happy about it. I was very happy. I love it. Good shit. Man, I love it. These levels play so good. I mean, the actionable setup. Never mind. All right, anyways, on to the next one. It's crazy. All right, here we go. Another one. Unfucking believable. Here we go. And again, I want to remind you that this is all progression on the way up. We keep hitting areas and then they buy it back up and they hit the next one. But we have all this in here. And why is this important? Because I kept telling you guys right from the beginning, that's why I wanted to read all that. We are up on the 4 hour and 1 hour. We are more than likely going to move up. But we are also down on the daily time frame, meaning we are going to start seeing rotations in both directions. You can make money in both directions. Said it very clear right when we started this thing. So check this out, the momentum shift pivot, the 52 to 55. We got that big daily at 52 where I'm basically my bull bear line, my ultimate bull bear line. And we had the put wall or the call wall and the gamma flip level here. This is the upper, and right here, the momentum shift ceiling. We all know what a ceiling is. Oh, I can't go higher. All right, so look, this is the upper end of that spectrum, would be the daily at 52. We have the gamma at 55 and the call wall sitting close, which once again signifies another massive reason and confluence that dealers are currently hedging to the downside at this level. And it wasn't just a little bit. Look at how perfect this is. So I said, I don't know what Rob's doing, but god damn, he's good. Like, this guy is like unbelievable stuff. And it's, these levels play so stinking good. And so that played for 33 points from up here. So many points today. And are you ready? Here's the other one. Now, for anybody who was in the stream today, this is for you, all right? Because I had to go to physical therapy this afternoon. Man, that shit hurt so bad. I'm in pain right now. So I missed this long, but I hope that you guys got this. So check this out. If you recall, in the room, when we were way up here, I'm like, hey guys, we have a really nice 4 hour buy at 77.22. And what did they do? They played that spot up here, that gamma flip level and that daily. They came all the way down and they played the 77.22 and they popped right back to 42. Unfreaking believable. Here it is on the 4 hour. Just a gorgeous setup. And, I told everybody from 22 to 20 is a buy spot. We have VWAPs there and some other shit, but I was gone. So I can't, listen, I'm going to take credit. I called it, right? And it played. So of course I'm going to take credit, right? And so here was the really nice part too, though. Look at SPX. SPX had great confluence. Look how it pulled back and it held the daily at 77.09 and was actually the first test on the 4 hour for this on the daily. So it was really, really nice. It also swept this low here, and so it grabbed the daily, swept the low, went back up. It's the same thing the ES did, actually, which was this little sweep action there, as you can see. It was just a beautiful trade. So congratulations to all those who took advantage of that in the room. I wasn't around. You would have had to been trading, it looks about power hours when it happened. So I certainly salute all those who were lucky leprechauns and took advantage of that. So with that being said, guys, that is what's up for the day. We've basically got one more shot for you here. Oh, you know what I want to do? I want to highlight one person, and he's in this stream right now. It's not because he's here. I planned on doing this anyway. My man Bryce. So I gotta salute Bryce. You know, Bryce is an extremely patient individual. I don't know how he does it, but he is. And I you know, he's one of the newest rising stars. He really is. I mean, he's pretty much on the board all the time. Of course, he makes his share of mistakes. We all do. Especially he's in his first year of trading. But he's really good, and he's really good about being disciplined. And this is what I really wanted to show for him. And Bryce, I salute you. You know, if I know you're watching this, you know, big power ups to you today. You could have hung around and maybe even made more money, but it doesn't matter because the man made $3,100 by 9:46 a.m. The market had been open 16 minutes. He took the long, he banked on it, and he left. He was like, guys, I'm out. I got shit to do. I'm up. And he traded for 15 minutes, made $3,100. That is real self-discipline, and that is a lot of control. And so, Bryce, I just wanted to say, brother, I salute you. I salute what you did. I know I was giving you a hard time today, telling you to get the fuck out of here and all that jazz, because you already crushing the game before we even got started. So, but anyways, man, I salute your discipline. You are gonna make it, my friend. You do all the right things, and so I just wanted to kind of put that out there for everybody that we got people in the room doing real things, following real disciplined ordeals here. I try to teach the things that have fucked me over for years so that you guys don't have to go through the same thing. And some people in the room are actually smart enough to listen, and they do fantastic. So if you are one of those people that are a trade plan subscriber and you want to take it to the next level, hit me up. We'll get you in the inner circle. We'll make it work. So also don't forget to sign up for the how to trade a trade plan webinar tonight. If you haven't been there, definitely come. If you've been there, I'm going to do the same pitch and presentation. You're not going to miss anything, right? So I will also send the replay out for people, but just by registering, you will get in the kitty to win probably 3 or 4 of the prop firms I'm going to give away tonight. I had people last week. I had 2 winners last week. One of the guys didn't respond, so might as well give that away. I've already considered it gone. So, who knows? We'll see what happens. Last time, I usually give 2. Last time I gave 3. Maybe today I do 4. I don't know. We'll see. So, with that being said, that's at 7 o'clock. I'll see you guys soon. Have a fantastic evening. And tomorrow, tomorrow we're going to do it all over again. We're going to conquer the markets, my friends. Be good. Cheers.